Listen, y'all. Come on for the walk.
If I start
Or
walking, y'all, the game.
get your mats. You're going to do stretch up. Stretch out.
Yeah. Come on with me.
Line up. You walk wall to wall.
Save
Or
your
in place. I guess you
feet
can
and
do the same thing, right?
yeah.
Get
I
your weights if
said,
you're
come
doing
on with
weights.
me.
Chair if you're going to do chair
Save
exercises.
your feet and
Jumping on the
toes.
bike. Jump on the bike. I
So
started
if
my
I start walking
treadmill.
now,
Ha ha! Let's get ready, y'all.
until destiny.
Yeah, child.
Yeah.
Oh.
Come on with me and save your toes and feet.
Yeah.
Yeah. I said, come walk with me. Save your toes and feet. Cause when you walk with me, you can eat the food you want to eat. I tell you, wow. Now, every time I listen to that, that's a human experience for me. It's like I'm singing to me. I'm singing to y'all, but I'm singing to me, but I'm not. You know, like I'm singing to y'all. Hey, thanks for coming on the walk. Oh, did that make it better? Hold on. That was too much. Right? We did something somewhere. Okay. All right. Y'all know I'm doing camera stuff. That's why I'm running a little late. I did camera stuff first. Excuse the arm. Excuse the arm there. Excuse the whole person me right now. Okay. I'm my own equipment manager. Thanks for coming on the walk. Like, comment, share, tell a uncle, tell a auntie, tell a cousin, tell a friend. Subscribe. Yes. Whew. Y'all, next Tuesday, we're going to be walking 7 o'clock in the evening because I'm not giving up any more of my time that I can spend skating, making up time here. You know, this noise is my fault because I realize the same stuff that they give me to keep this mad thing going, I think it's like DW40. I got some upstairs. So, sorry about that. Hope YouTube and Facebook can, thing that out. You know what? Let me move this. Wait a minute. Because I've been looking at stuff. And I don't want to see the weight. I'd rather get off the treadmill and do the weight. Yes, y'all. Stop. I have an appointment at a funeral home. A local one. I called and I said, do you ship remains international? And he said, yes, we do. And I said, I'll see you next week, Tuesday. So I have been going through, sometimes like tears of relief, like I don't want to come back to this penal colony. No chance. My bloodline, that's it. My daughter says she's not having any kids. And I'm only one child from my mother and father. So it's like, and my aunt said I cried for 5 years when I came here. They thought I would never stop crying. I think I was saying, no, not back here, no. I never made it. I never committed a crime. I never committed a crime. But each life I turn around, I'm on this penal colony. Oh, whew. So, then it's like Stockholm. Oh, but if I stay here, but I take care of that right away. I was like, listen, ain't nobody kicking down your door and you're alive. trust, trust and believe. Ain't laying flowers at your grave. So, and then I get excited, and I said, you know, people my age, they're like, oh, am I going to go to heaven and clean the master's houses? Oh, am I going to go to hell and hear Negro music, especially that guitar? I'm saying, I just want my remains and my energy to make it to Ghana. I see myself on a plane. My ancestors may be shipped to this penal colony, but I'm flying out for the last time. And that makes me so excited and so happy on so many levels. It makes me think, is this what it was all about? Because see, remember I told y'all, in my 20s, that's why I married Leslie's father. I mean, I knew he was good and strong and everything like that. But I wanted to get off this rock, but I didn't get to have enough information and knowledge of knowing why. Wasn't enough. And then when I learned why, and I wanted to go, then this Middle East thing going on, and I said, oh, if I go back alive, there's a chance when these junkyard dogs start manipulating, reach out their tentacles. If Ginevra is laughing, I usually say testicles. Tentacles. I'm so trained, they could manipulate me. And many more like me. Why do you think we still on this penal colony? We are so manipulated that we can't leave. And now I'm at 66. Not to say I can still go and visit Ghana and be alive, if that's possible, because I don't even trust these immunization shit that they get from this this penal colony. Whew. So, that's why we're walking Tuesday evening. And what a relief. What a relief. I'm telling you, it's like, anyway, I said we're going to talk about the Voting Rights Act. I was talking about my freedom. I can see myself, you know, like my energy in the plane, and my remains is in the box, DHL package, and we just hovering. And then all of a sudden, the sun shines in, and hands take my box, and I'm in Ghana, y'all. Whew. 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 And they take me, and they put me on this little piece of land, the only I've ever owned in my life. All these years on this trash heap. And nothing. But even if it's a little piece of Ghana, it's more than anything here. So you see, and then in the box is a picture of me. I gotta take a big picture of my Remembering Slavery crew and make it small enough so it can fit in there with me. You know, I'm trying to think of some other little trinket. And then, so you see, it breaks tears minds. And I want tears of relief. It's not about living here, but it's like Stockholm Syndrome. They used to tell the enslaved people that if they went to any lands where it's free, they'd be eaten, killed, chopped up, like we did. And they was like, yeah, we remember when you stood a man up there and just cut him out and his guts out and balls hanging out and everything. And they said, yeah, you go north, that happens to you. So that's the kind of poison we get. So, whew, I think this way is the best way. I had a friend, Marjo. Okay, I'm going to get to the point. My friend Marjo, we used to drive together with the mentally challenged. And she saved up all this money. She wanted a big funeral, she said. A procession down the street. Horns, everything. The whole shebang. And that's what she saved her money for. And that's what she paid on her life insurance for. And I used to look at her. And none of that ever piqued my interest. None of that. None of that. I couldn't understand why. I do now because it entailed being buried here. And to me it was so sad that I couldn't find no excitement. I don't care. Horse-drawn carriage, no. But when I asked that man, that funeral director, I said, and I know they did. They had to. But maybe his funeral didn't. Paula didn't. And I said, do you ship the remains internationally? He said, yes. I'm telling you, the tears that came down my face, the relief. I started feeling guilty. I was like, what is this feeling? I was like, this is relief. What am I being relieved from? Relief from the fact that you're getting out of here. But I got 2 more steps to do. I got to get a do not resuscitate. Hands off, bitches. Woo, we getting ready for a plane trip. And return to, and the funeral parlor's name. Once that's in place, it ain't the money, because the money will come. It's the relief. And I didn't even know I was that stressed out. Anyway, I'm supposed to be talking about the Voting Rights Act and why we need one. Okay. But I had to tell you all my good news. So you see how tears are running down my eyes, but I get so happy. Whew. Knowing I'm off the rock. And that's why we need a Voting Rights Act, when no one else does. I saw the pictures from the civil rights when you went to the bowling pole. They had the dogs and the firemen and the citizens arrested with their guns shooting you from the thing. And then, about 4 years ago, I saw in different penal states coming down with their guns, their cars, their everything. And I said, oh, because I experienced it. Not per se me, but I saw it on television. Don't necessarily mean it's true, but print and everything backed it up. So, I was like, that's what it is. That's why you need the Voting Rights Act. So you see, they will come after the fact. Y'all remember I told y'all that story about when I was working in Small's Paradise in Brooklyn, New York, and this was during the crack epidemic, and this guy was coming, and I think he'd have a beer or something, and he would just stare at me, and I was like, I don't care. I kept the bar full of folks, okay? Let's put it like that. There was no empty seats. So, he kept looking at me, watching me. And he said, you know, you can make more money with me than here. Oh, Lord. Yeah? He was like, yeah. You can package for me. I said, what? I said, David, when they blowing you all away at those spots? I was like, no. He said, no. You don't understand. If they unlife you, we'll unlife them. And before I catch myself, I was like, how would I know that? How would I know that? I'm unlifed. How would I? How will I know that you're going to take the revenge or you're going to take those steps? Oh, it's almost time for us to start, and go back to the Voting Rights Act. I'm sure I'm going to tie this all in. Huh. But that was a moment. Oh, let's get some water, y'all. I do look back at these videos and I was like, okay, you dropped that thought. Oh. Yeah, I said, come on with me. Save your toes and feet. Cause when you walk with me, yeah, I'm going to Ghana. I'm walking, y'all. I'm trying to think of things. You worried you gonna go to heaven? You worried you gonna go to hell? I'm worried about my remains getting on that plane and hitting that ground in Ghana. They cut me up until I'm just a nose. True freedom, y'all. I'm walking, y'all. I room temperature the water. My feet and toes. Yeah, I said I'm walking, y'all. Trying to stay in the sugar cane. Yeah. Y'all know we only got 15 minutes left. We go for a half hour today. Trip me up. Yeah. Come on with me. Yeah. You know when you're making the right moves? I mean, it's internal. I'm coming, y'all. There's an internal happiness. You know? So, they came out with their guns and stuff, and they said, vote, vote, vote. And, okay, this is the point I'm trying to make. And afterwards, after they put the dogs on you and bite you and shoot you, stuff like that, then the federal government comes in and says, no, you can't do that. We have a Federal Voting Rights Act to protect them. But why them? Now I know Carter Wilson said, so as a man taught, so shall he think. So I know the African Americans historians who are taught how to think ain't told you what you should know. Our ancestors were prisoners of war of the crowns of Europe. They came strong out of Africa. But the Europeans weren't doing nothing. And the Africans had been all over already. And they went into Europe. And they tamed the beast. Then they started marrying and making kids with the beast. And then they mixed so much with the beast that the beast was back in charge and birthed out the African. And of course it was no easy takeover. But that's how they knew to send us to all these faraway places. The Africans had already mapped out the land. And that's how we wound up here. But our ancestors were prisoners of war of the crowns of Europe. And we'll talk more about that tomorrow. As I tell y'all, you're gonna be, oh. We know how cousins can go against cousins. I have a mixed race sister that I thought loved me, but hated my guts, but it wasn't her fault. She was taught she was better than me because my skin is darker and hers is lighter. Okay? So now you know how the Africans went from ruling Europe to descendants being enslaved. And after we were free, free, labeled born in blood and made criminals, but still a conquered people, and zoned to areas. You're right. And the ghetto and the ghetto. Yes, you're right. You was right. I see how that works out. Then we were told by our educators that voting would change stuff for us. Basically, a lot of pimps in the pulpit, pedophile in robes, and penis baby suckers penis. You know what I mean? They told us. And LBJ laughed. And he said these Democrats are going to be the first one. Because he knew something. He had an inside. Because it was the longest political party. That was the party in charge. After the crown left. Whew. The lies they tell. Anyway. We were told that if we had the vote, it would help us more. It would make them stop hanging our ancestors. They told our ancestors, we'll stop hanging you, we'll stop poisoning you, we'll stop stealing your land, we'll stop burning down your towns. If if you get the vote, they'll stop. Oh, they're still laughing about that one. And I remember there's something, a quote LBJ said, Lyndon B. Johnson. He said he would have us voting Democrats. He said something like fools, but he used the N-word. And he laughed. And I looked at that so many ways. Yes, he's happy for us. Yes, we need it. But now, standing where I'm standing now, knowing what I'm knowing now, all we did, say we want reparations, but they want to make sure all the schools where our kids go to, because now we're labeled, that's why we're in these zones, because we're a conquered people who are labeled born in blood inmate criminals. So, if you want to, say, take modified food and give it to our kids and different things like that, and we say, no, we don't want that food. Don't send it to our schools in our zone area where we're occupied, labeled born in blood inmate criminals, and have no control over nothing. And if that's what they send, that's all we got, because we ain't got no farmers. No. I'm voting against it. It doesn't matter. They know the votes coming out of the zoned area is not going to be for it, so they don't count. You're not for it. It's the money that says you're getting in there. I have seen it time and time again. And I can say, oh no, if I vote, I'm going to change the world. And if you don't vote, it's your fault. And I'm saying, we just want you to stop, like, unlifing our kids and dragging us and our men out the car and stuff because we don't know what we did wrong. We ain't never did nothing to you. No. Same thing. Same thing. My vote is being used to help support whatever agenda they have. I said, no, don't bring the generic food and all that stuff to our community. And the money says, yeah, we are. Yes, we are. And you say, I voted. And I said, yeah, that's good. Now the representative knows how much power he has, and he will use it as he pleases. Oh. I'm like, oh. So the genetic food comes in. I said, label it. And the other groups say, label it. And they said, yes, we will label it. But only in the areas that are not zoned for the conquered, blood and born inmate criminals. That's why other cultures don't want to live around us. They don't want to be zoned like that. It ain't got nothing to do with race. They don't want to be in that zone. That's the zone that don't get nothing. That's the zone that get the rotten fruit. And all the voting in the world from us ain't doing it. We didn't get the Affordable Health Care Act. If you really believe that was y'all, I got a bridge in Brooklyn to sell you. if you really think that was y'all. That's why it didn't last but a minute. But let's get to the Voting Rights Act. Ooh, y'all. If the ceiling was taller, I could put like weights and shit. So, it hurts me every time I say it. I was bamboozled. It felt so good not waking up in the morning, running out the election, distressed, this. It don't mean nothing. When I told my two state, federal senator, and congressman that I wanted, because I couldn't insult my ancestors, I said, hey, I'll take $50 million off the top for mine. They didn't even respond. And I said to myself, they probably said, oh, how she said she want $50 million. I can't insult my ancestors for asking for anything less, bitches. Anyway. Anywho. So, we have it, Voting Rights Act, to stop them from bringing guns down and really blowing us away from the voting rate. But I'm going to tell you, you're kind of putting your life in danger for no advancements. Them few little African American, so as they taught, so as they think folks y'all have around here, no. No. It works better for them. Of course, they say politics stops anarchy. I say anarchy because the politics ain't doing it. That's what Sister Flag used to say. We used to poll together and everything. And even now when I'm vibing, I was like, Sister Flag, they done trick-to-ficated us. She said, yeah, warrior. You know they like, she always called politics. You know they love them politics. Whew. Squeeze your gut. Tuck in your elbow. I'm saying push out my pelvis. Neither up nor down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You know, trick-to-ficated us. So, the Voting Rights Act is to stop these white people in all these penal states, in this penal colony, to stop killing the African, and I guess now they have to throw in the LGBTQ, stop killing them when they go to voting. But I'm helping you out, African Americans. Don't be on that spot. Let's do 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Don't be there. When they come with their guns, their water hoses, don't be there, because it ain't worth it. As Alex Walker said in the Color Purple, this is Oprah Winfrey's character. She said, it ain't worth it. It ain't worth it. Who gets in? Who gets in politics? that ain't gonna hang us. Even in England, soon as the prime minister came in, guess how she made her name? She said, kick out the Africans. I went, yeah. Shot to fame. So, mistreatment of us on this penal colony gets whoever's doing the mistreatment ahead, power, fame, whatever. So, it ain't worth dying for. Could you imagine? I fought very hard for Social Security and all that kind of stuff. I fought very, very hard for that. And I wasn't even old enough to get it. But I knew everybody needed it. I know the old people that had nothing. Every time you went to some grandparent's house, all they had was pots of beans. So you know they needed the money. And I voted all that time, and guess what? If it wasn't for my daughter, all I would have is my pots of beans. After 19 years of voting for more than a pot of beans, or like Wanda from Good Times, I voted to say, no, please don't make us eat. Y'all, please don't make us eat dog food. Please don't make us eat dog food. Every time I vote, guess what? Dog food. One doctor's appointment. Only yearly. This is with Medicare, A, B. I'm being extorted for some money, but they say I ain't getting it from B, but it ain't clearing my check. So I don't even know what's going on, child. But that one doctor's visit, the thing keep rising. I'm at $220. And I got Medicaid and the blah, 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 $220. I can't wait to get my Do Not Resuscitate, DNR, and then my tattoo that say send to whoever's funeral home. And when you see that, when you go to church, say, nope, nope, Just send her over there. They'll put her in the corner somewhere. She's so happy. She with her energy. Soon they gonna be on the plane heading out to Ghana. Never to come back to this horrid place with these horrible people. And they go around saving other people. That's what blows my mind. Like my mother said, oh, you better eat. People are starving in Africa. I was like, Mommy, I can't get my tongue off the roof of my mouth from this government peanut butter. How are we luckier than them? At least they got rice. So that's how it is with the vote. And we need it for them to stop so they won't turn dogs on us, bring guns down and aiming on us. Burn down our signs and all that kind of stuff. But I'm here to tell you, it ain't worth it. It ain't worth it. It ain't worth it. I'm trying to corner this right. I spent so much time trying to adjust these cameras. And we need it because we're labeled born in blood, inmate criminals. We're zoned to areas where conquered people were. Go back to the history. Enslaved, not enslaved. prisoner of war Africans, their descendants enslaved. So, and here we are. Really don't count for nothing. They're still hanging us what they call a suicide. So you see, nothing really changed. They're still zoning us, but they're saying, oh, it's for the vote. No, it's for where the good water goes, where the work for the good water goes, and all that stuff. Save yourself, honey. Don't catch no bullet for that. Thanks for coming on the walk. Like, comment, share. Tell an uncle, tell an auntie, tell a cousin, tell a friend. Subscribe. See you tomorrow.